up for appeal today. Our chairman, Fred Hampton, has not arrived yet. The pigs are trying to incarcerate him. These are some of the things we have to deal
Hey, Karen.
with.
Hey, Debbie.
Somebody somewhere knows what happened to Fred this afternoon. So pigs, you motherfucking pigs, get off your dead asses, FBI and J. Who Edgar. Right? And find Fred before 7 o'clock.
I gotta tell you, man, when you guys hear the name Fred Hampton, and you think to yourselves, yeah, man, that guy was a Black Panther. You know, he had it coming to him. You didn't listen to him speak. And when you listen to Fred Hampton speak, you'll realize that the United States federal government assassinated that man because they felt threatened by him. Not out of violence, but because he made more sense than any person of his time. When you listen to him speak, all these people that are running around the internet today calling themselves Fred Hampton leftists, you'll understand why. So I challenge you, all right? For those of you who've heard Fred Hampton this and Fred Hampton that, and you don't know who the fuck he is, and you don't understand, you don't fucking care, I challenge you to sit here today with me, get high, and I'll play you some footage of Fred Hampton. You can listen to him speak, and you can decide for yourselves if he deserved to be murdered in his fucking bed by the fucking pigs. All right? So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to refresh the page here. I'm going to pull this up. Now, I hope YouTube allows me to play this. I don't know if they will. So I'll go into my history and I'll find this video that I'm watching here on my cell phone. And I got to tell you, man, it's so powerful. I should play it from the beginning. You guys can share this with some Fred Hampton leftists if you want to. I would like that. This video is called, it's a 1971 documentary, right? It's all black and white. And it's called The Murder of Fred Hampton, 1971, Black Panther Party, Black Lives Matter, COINTELPRO. That's the name of the video. I don't know what COINTELPRO is or why that's on there. I got 32 minutes into it, and let me tell you something. Man, I know, after 32 minutes of watching this documentary, I know everything I need to know about the United States federal government. Okay? This is what I feel important for people to learn about. Hey, Adam. And if you feel that learning about Fred Hampton isn't something that interests you, let me know in the chat. You know, I'd love to hear from the people that don't think that learning about Fred Hampton today would be a good thing. So before you voice your opinions, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to, you know, the first few minutes of this documentary, the first minute covers his murder. It's pretty explicit, you know. They show how he was murdered in his bed, how he didn't even have a gun in his hand when they fucking killed him. Right? They killed him while he was fucking sleeping. And they show the blood. Man, you know, it's violently horrible. It is so bad what they did to him. So understand that. I'm not going to show that part. We're going to skip that, even though I think that is probably the most important part of this, what the federal government did to him. Just so we can start on a livelier note, and maybe we'll go back to that first minute. I'm not sure, but I do want you to hear the man speak.
I'm the deputy chairman of the state of Illinois Black Panther Party, Fred Hampton. I have the pleasure now to introduce who I believe is one of the baddest motherfuckers in the world. A man that did something that a lot of us ought to be very glad that he did. He was a part of making the only party which exists in the United States today that represents the people. for the benefit of the people. All those things that I named, the reason why we love them are reasons that make it beneficial to us. But let me simply say, when I'm introducing Brother Bobby, that we love him because the benefit of the people.
We here for some jive conspiracy. You know what we gonna do? We are going to defend ourselves. Because Huey P. Newton said that power is the ability to define phenomena and make it act in a desired manner. Power is the ability to define phenomena and make it act in a desired manner. What kind of phenomena? Social phenomena. What is the social phenomena? Black people, Mexican American, any kind of people begins to learn that the social phenomena is that in fact U.S. racist, decadent, capitalist, imperialistic America is a police state. That a police state exists here, that these pigs are doing nothing but protecting the avaricious businessman and the demagogic politician, protecting the exploitative systems that they got going. And in fact, we are tired of it, we are sick of it. You've been brutalizing black people, you've been murdering and lynching them. Black people are tired of it. Black people vanguard of this revolution all of a sudden, and it's phenomenally correct also, but we are...
So, I'm just going to pause him right there, and let me just say this, man. It's hard to pause this guy, because as soon as you want to say something, make a comment about what he's saying more shit that you don't want to fucking miss. You know, it's like, I don't want to interrupt at all. I just want to listen. But, let me just make a couple of points here. Number one, that rhetoric, we have to fight, we have to grab our guns, we have to defend ourselves, that's what got them persecuted. That's what got him killed. Now, revolution is a part of America, you know, and when people are speaking about grabbing guns and revolution and all that sort of thing, hey man, that's the rules that we live under. That's how we seized this country. You know, we seized power, we stole it. That's the laws that we live under. You know, for you to persecute someone for speaking like George Washington or Abraham Lincoln, for you to kill him in his bed because he used the same terminology. We got to grab our guns, man. We got to fight England. You know, we got to grab our guns. We got to fight Mexico. You know, we got to grab our guns. We got to fight the federal government because they're lynching us. So they used that as a reason to kill this man because he said some things that were violent. But motherfucker, you know, sometimes you have to be aggressive. You have to be angry. Sometimes there's words around anger. You know, the fact is, I don't see any footage of these people marching with guns, killing people, and shooting anybody. They spoke about it, and they were trying to fire people up, yes. But speech is no reason to kill somebody. Even if he's saying we got to grab our guns and defend ourselves. Hey man, this is what this motherfucker said to Charlie Kirk the other day. I wonder if the federal government showed up at that white man's house and shot him in his bed for saying that all over the goddamn internet. Yeah, when do we get to use our guns? Oh, the federal government's coming after you.
Concerned with that social phenomena. We are concerned with that exploitation. We are concerned with the oppression that black people and all other people in the world who are suffering the same common oppression that we are suffering today. The thing is that we have the ability to define it. So, if we have the ability to define it, the only next thing to do is get organized. Get organized. So when a pig walks up to you, or a pig gets a job with the people, you'll be so organized, you'll be learning some tactics, you'll be learning some revolutionary principles, you'll be having some guns hid out somewhere, you have some proper tactics. That when the pig gets a jabbing with you, the pig gets wrong, you whoop your guns out on him, blow him away, and then you have the ability, in fact you have made that pig act in a desired manner. But for what? But for what? For a new system, brothers. We need a new system. The people need a new system.
I sat yesterday afternoon next to Bobby Seale while he said that a federal marshal tried to
cloth gauze into his mouth. They tried to ram into this guy's mouth. This guy speaks about this for a while, and it's once again, it's really hard to listen to, so I'm going to skip over that. But they're talking about what they did to Bobby Seale, I believe. And this was one of the pillars of this movement. You know, maybe even the guy who founded Black Panther Party.
We will stop this trial. A lot of people don't understand the Black Panther Party's relationship with white mother country radicals. A lot of people don't even understand that word that Elvis uses a lot. But what we're saying is that there are white people in the mother country that are for the same types of things that we are for stimulating revolution in the mother country. And we said that we will work with anybody and form coalition with anybody that has revolution on their mind. We're not a racist organization because we understand that racism is an excuse used for capitalism. And we know that racism is a byproduct of capitalism. Everything would be all right if everything was put back in the hands of the people. And we're going to have to put it back in the hands of the people. Everybody in the state of Illinois is going to have to be involved or even around the revolution because we're going to have one. We're going to have to do more than talk. We're going to have to do more than listen. We're going to even have to do more than learn. We're going to have to start practicing, and that's very hard. We're going to start getting out there with the people. And a lot of times we think we're better than the people. That's an insult and that's criminal. It's going to take a lot of hard work.
Come on in, little brother. Come on in, little sister. Y'all can sit down and get something to eat.
So, this is what Rome does on Twitter. And I was like, man, Rome, that is really nice what he does. He goes to areas where there's a water crisis, there's a food crisis, and he goes on Twitter and he gets money from people, and he goes over there and he feeds and he brings water, and he, most importantly, he speaks about this, whatever it is that's going on, and he brings attention to it, right? He may have learned that from this guy because it's very similar. Here he is feeding kids in his area. And watch this. This whole thing is amazing. And look at these kids light up as these guys, these Black Panthers are feeding them.
Y'all kick off y'all, you know. We need some more stuff out here. Sit down, man. Everybody gonna eat. Y'all can eat as much as y'all want to. Right on. Who want to play? You want cereal? Who I want cereal? 1, 2. Who wants cereal? Anybody want some milk?
And you know what? You see those white frame glasses he's wearing, man? That's fucking stylish as fuck, dude. That guy is pimp.
Whose milk is this over here? What drink it?
His brother.
That's good for your teeth, man. It makes your teeth strong. Who else
It's
is
good for your teeth, man. It makes your teeth strong.
That's what the Breakfast program is. A lot of people think it's charity, but what it takes the people from a stage to another stage to another stage. And any program is revolutionary, and an advanced program, revolution is change. Honey, and they just keep on changing. That's what we do. We take the people in there and take them through those changes, and before you know it, they are in fact not only knowing what socialism is, they don't even have to know what it is. They're endorsing, and they're participating, they're observing, and they're supporting socialism.
Oh, you finna go to school now? All right. Right on. I'll power to the people.
There's a scene in the new Colin Kaepernick movie that's coming out on Netflix, where one of the coaches says to him, he's like, "You're one of the good ones." And Colin looks up at him and says, "What's that supposed to mean?" And dude, it makes my fucking heart stop. You know, when I hear that. That is going to be a powerful fucking movie, or whatever it is. If it's a series, I don't know. I recommend everybody catch that. If you guys have the ability to watch that movie. It looks like it's going to be amazing. That guy, he's lived an amazing life, you know? He's worth looking into. You know, he ain't fucking Fred Hampton, but he's definitely traveling that road, you know? And he's got eyes on him. So hopefully people keep listening to people like Colin Kaepernick, you know. Thanks for feeding thousands of people. It was a good experience. Oh, I didn't know that about you, Adam. I didn't know that. That's good, bro.
That's a simple thing. Socialism is the people. You're afraid of yourself. If you're afraid of socialism, you're afraid of yourself.
So they're discussing.
You basically knowing my ideology, basically you knowing yours.
So there's another group, right? And oh, look at the spider right here. There's another group. What are you doing, dude? What are you doing? Where are you going? Come over here. You live over here. There you go. Ah. He's on the move. Little spider just came right down, man. That was so funny, right in front of my face. So what I wanted to say about this was, so these are two different factions, basically, that want to achieve the same thing. And they discuss their strategies. So listen to this.
You can support some of our programs, is that what you're saying?
No law regarding cannabis.
And you believe in
Cannabis is
programs like
for
the
all.
Justice
Cheers,
Children
everybody.
Program and free health clinics. Right on, brothers?
We believe they're good things.
Uh-huh.
As a focal point to organize their mothers and fathers.
Uh-huh.
Peace.
Mm-hmm. There's no educational program here?
That's come under social action. You know, you set that up. But I mean, we can't put everything on one piece of paper.
What about this bank?
Credit union?
Mm-hmm.
Credit union. Credit union, my brother.
Is a bank.
Are you hip to credit unions? It is a bank.
Yeah, you go and borrow money?
Yeah, it's a bank.
Hey, Seymour.
Owned by the people. Run for the people. And by the people.
What would money be given out to people for?
Well, the people would decide that. You want, whatever, the people in the community decide. You need some living room furniture, maybe? You need a car, maybe?
See, the thing is with me, Dig, I need to know some more about it. I wish you had some more literature about the educational thing here. Because you dig, as far as we're concerned, in struggle, when we look at struggle, is that this depends on the educational thing, you dig. Because
this depends on the education. Well, the whole thing.
No, but in the end, this does. You can form this with no education. You can form this.
No, not the way we're talking about forming it. Right. We're talking about forming it right. It's not on paper. We didn't write it on the
No, you
paper.
can form it right with no education.
No.
Let me give you an example. Yomo Kenyatta formed the excellent revolution with no education. And then at the end thing, Yomo told the motherfucker, said, well, you can educate, hate the enemy, but I'm your brother. I help you lead the revolution. Now I'm more oppression. Another example, Papa Doc and Haiti. Papa Doc and Haiti hated everything white. Man, you couldn't put this white paper in front of Papa Doc's face, but he moved on.
He hated whites. You couldn't even put white paper in front of that motherfucker. Dude, how funny is that? You couldn't even put a piece of white paper in front of him. Dude, I just love that. Yeah, he's so fucking funny. He was such a nice guy. He kept it real. They fucking murdered him in his bed. And you guys need to realize who he was, what he stood for. And when you hear all these people now with the name Fred Hampton leftists, you need to understand that they are carrying his torch. And you need to support them. And if you don't support them, you need to speak up in my chat right now and let me know that you don't support Fred Hampton. And we could talk about it. He was a socialist. I am not a socialist. I talk to people who are socialists. I talk to Rome. He's a communist. I don't agree with that either. You want my opinion on it? Okay, fine. I don't want to live under a system that commands me that I have to do labor. I don't want to fucking work. And I don't know how many other people feel like that. But, if the society's going to look at me and say, you're skilled to do this job, and we're going to assign you to do this. And then there I am, digging fucking ditches. I don't want that. I want to be able to decide what I do. I want to be able to decide how I make my money. And this is a conversation that to be had with people who are obviously Fred Hampton leftists or communists or socialists or whatever. Because I really I can't see their side as clearly as they probably want me to. But I'm always willing to talk about it. That's just where I am right now, you know. As far as this movement is concerned, equal rights, helping the poor, stopping discrimination, and you know, devising a system where we don't have systemic racism. Yeah, man, I'm for all of that shit. And socialism is another conversation to be had in another time. You know, and I'd be more than willing to have that conversation. I was a Bernie Sanders supporter. So we could definitely have that conversation. You know?
All the white people out there took over and be oppressed. We did, because of no education. And the people that have been educated, they said that we don't hate the motherfucking white people, we hate the oppressor, whether he be white, black, brown, or yellow. So we got to know the educational program to find out what is going to be in the finale. A lot of people work. Jomo Kenyatta is called not a method-revolutionary, but an ex-revolutionary. So it's Papa Doc. They brought on a successful revolution. That thing in the Mama was a bitch. Bantu freedom fighters, all that kind of action. What we saying is the end. But you don't judge Castro now. You can't do it. Nobody in this room could judge whether Castro's going to be a revolutionary or not. You know what I mean? We're talking about things, you know what I mean, with China, the People's Republic, and even at the stage they're in now, talking about these.
So, Sweet Lou, since you're going to bring it up, you want to try me, Sweet Lou, I'll just go ahead and tell you. Listen, it's not true what you said. For capitalists to profit, workers must be given less than the value of what they produce. Really? I own storage warehouses. So I'd space, the final frontier. These are the voyages of May's Garden. A 5-year mission, 10 years, YouTube, being algorithm, AI, controlling everything, the narrative, controlling us. So, I produce space for people. What's the value on space? Well, you just said workers, which would be our managers, must be given less than the value of what they produce. Our workers sit on a computer and fill out a form on a computer. Let me put what's your name, what's your address, phone number, can I get your social security number, credit card? Great. A couple more pieces of information. You want insurance? No? Okay, cool. Oh, they're done. And every once in a while they got to go out and sweep out a warehouse with a broom. You know how long it takes them to do that? 2 minutes. Sometimes they use a blower and it takes them 10 seconds. Those are my workers. I'm a capitalist. Tell me how, okay? Explain to me how what we're producing, space, is valued more than the fucking the salary that we pay our managers. Explain that to me. Can you do that? Because the only people putting the value on that space really are the people who want to rent it. And if they don't pay for that space, it ain't worth dick. Right? Yeah, the value is determined by the market, man. But to say that you've got to fucking shit on your goddamn employees in order to do capitalism, that's just not true. I mean, maybe you're thinking about McDonald's. You know, maybe you're thinking about fast food and or people that take advantage of their employees. But are you thinking about, I don't know, a garbage man? A garbage man. He picks up fucking garbage. What's the value on that? Well, it's fucking free. Anybody can go pick up garbage. There's no product being doled out, right? Think about it. How much do garbage men get paid? Oh, they get paid a lot of money. But Lou, What you just said was, for capitalists to profit, workers, the garbage men, must be given less than the value of what they produce. They're cleaning up garbage. Dude, you can literally have people pick up garbage for you for free. It has no value at all. They're not producing anything. And yet, they're making a killing under what? This system is called capitalism, Lou. So, do you understand that you're wrong about that? If a worker produced $20 an hour, I don't understand that. What do you mean a worker produced $20 an hour? Okay, so let's say, I don't know, you're saying somebody is like making a product, like let's say somebody is doing a carving, like a wood carving, okay? And you're saying they produced $20 an hour, so they made $20 of a wood carving every hour, right? So then you've got a product, right? A capitalist would have to pay them less than $20 an hour to turn a profit. I guess maybe in that situation, in that one anecdotal situation, maybe, you know, if the value of that product, the wood carving, is not variable and can't be jacked up by the seller, but it could be. You know, capitalism is pretty defensible when it's got socialism running alongside it. I mean, you're going to have some problems trying to beat capitalism when capitalism literally accepts socialism as its brother in arms. They're cousins. They're kissing cousins, man. We got the military. You know, I could go on. We got lots of socialism in this country, so you know, it's not pure capitalism. Maybe you're speaking of pure capitalism. If we didn't have sanitation workers, what would our communities look like? They're very valuable to communities. Lou, have you ever looked outside my window? Here, look. It's beautiful, by the way. It's gorgeous outside. Look. Look outside my window, bro. Pristine, beautiful land, occupied by me for the last 10 years. I don't have a sanitation worker. So if I go out in my yard, you know, and I put a couple of cardboard boxes out in my yard because I don't want them in my fucking house, right? I don't have a sanitation worker to come over here and clean my shit up. I do it. See how that works? Lou, it's almost like you're arguing just for the sake of arguing. Your shit you're saying doesn't even make sense. We don't need sanitation workers, bro. People want the area to be beautiful. We can beautify it. We have the ability to do it. You know? You see somebody littering, you go knock the fuck out of them. Welcome to the fucking new world, man. You gotta clean up after yourself. People hold you accountable, man. You know? Don't litter in front of a Chuckles. Or you might become part of the litter. I sold a mummy for $2,000. It's in the Modern Museum for $5,000. And, you know, yeah, you could jack up the price of something exponentially, as Billy just explained. And then you could kick some of that back to the worker. You know, Billy had employed somebody to make that mummy. And they made a killing on it. He's like, hey, man, here's a fucking bonus. We made $5,000 on that motherfucker. Capitalism allows people to get bonuses. Capitalism allows people to get overtime if they're busting their ass. Get time and a half. Overtime's a beautiful thing. When people want it, you know, and they're getting paid time and a half for it. I remember getting that shit out at a job I had for a while. We wouldn't sleep. Humans are responsible for all of the advancements that we have made. Humans are responsible for all of the advancements that we've made. Okay, that's a filibuster statement. Duh. Okay. Capitalists have done nothing more than exploit the many at the behest of the few for their sole benefit? Really? All right. Sweet Lou. Have you ever bought anything on Amazon? As I look around for something from Amazon real quick. Here we go. Have you ever bought anything from Amazon? This jar, not this cannabis. This jar, this dabber. There. The shirt that I'm wearing literally came from fucking Amazon. Have you ever purchased anything from Amazon? Do these items benefit me? Any worker that works at Amazon that gets fucked up their ass and exploited by Jeff Bezos, can they work somewhere else? Can they get another job? Can they migrate? Can they move? Can they plant a garden? Can they learn how to live like cavemen did before we had electricity? No. I'm showing you that I bought a lot of products from Amazon. Amazon's benefited me. How many other people has Amazon benefited? When Amazon goes completely automated, no more employees, then how are the employees getting exploited? When it's all robots doing everything. Is a judge being exploited? In our capitalistic society, does a judge get exploited in that position? Because it's a position of power? You feel like garbage men are getting exploited? Because to me, wherever you reside on the pay scale, you always have the option to do something else. With capitalism, a judge is paid by the state or the federal government, and they're paid a lot of money. Are they being exploited? Are they doing more work than what they're getting paid for? Did you get it, Lou? When you make a blanket statement, capitalism does this or capitalism does, I could just completely rip it apart. And well, yeah, man, capitalism's got some really bad shit, and we could talk about the bad shit that get, the exploitation of workers. That's great. Let's talk about that. You want to talk about what Bezos does to his workers and that they can't even use the bathroom. It's all fucked up. I don't know what the fuck that is going on over there. Sure, we could talk about that, but you're talking about having the federal government regulate your job, what you do, where you work, when you get to sleep. Yeah. As opposed to someone saying, hey man, I'm going to apply for a job at Amazon. Oh, well, he treats his workers like shit. I think I'll go to Walmart instead. Oh, they treat their workers like shit. Okay, well, I think, you know what? I'll go work for a mom and pop store down on a street corner somewhere. I'll get a job doing services for people, like cleaning their homes for them or washing cars. So, socialism has its down points too. And you have to argue and you have to weigh whether or not you're willing to... Where'd my coffee go, man? Did I not even grab it? Sitting here coffeeless? How dare me? Dude, I think I'm going black on the coffee, bro. I liked it last night, man. It was good. Do you even coffee, bro? Psst, unreal. Nobody even makes coffee and forgets that they made their coffee fucking 20 minutes ago, pal. What are you even doing? 35 minutes ago, pal. Nobody's even doing it like that. As far as the exploitation of workers goes in capitalism, yeah, that's a bad part of it. You want to talk about controlling what you do every moment of your life. Well, let's talk about socialism. Let's talk about communism, because that's what that is. You could try to argue me and say, no, it's not. We'll go look up the definition of those things. Everybody contributes. Everybody has a job. Oh, yeah? What's your job? You get to decide your own job? Yeah, man, I'm going to be the DJ at a topless bar. That's my job. And Chuckles is going to be my bouncer. And we're going to have the greatest fucking topless bar of all time. And our topless dancers will be named Kyle and Jason. We will be the greatest topless bar of all time. I think I'm going to add the Jason thing in there. I once brought a topless dancer back to my house. Actually, two. Their names were Kyle and Jason. Kyle and Jason, the topless dancers. Hey! Plenty of capitalist corporations that put their workers first. Bro, let me tell you about a capitalist corporation that puts their workers first, man. The company that I own takes really good care of their employees. They make a lot of money. They have a lot of benefits. And every year, the managers, the general managers, host a party for them. They take them out for a really nice dinner. And they give them a bonus surprise thing, you know. It's cool, man. It's nice. People have been with that company for years. Years. Because they treat them right, you know. And let me tell you something else. Let me tell you something else, Lou. Sometimes employees take advantage of the places they work at. You might not know that. They might steal things. You know? Or they might take money. They might generate their own side income. You know? So you want to say corporations are bad? I agree. You know who else is evil too? People. Just normal people. Workers. It's not a perfect system, man, but there's fault to be pointed to on both sides of that relationship. Yeah, I gotta tell you, I've ripped off my fucking employees before. Oh yeah. Made myself fucking fake passes so I could have access to places I wasn't supposed to be. You know, I took things that I wasn't supposed to take. You know, employees can be bad, man. I remember eating food I wasn't supposed to fucking eat. Bro, I would go into the fucking company refrigerator and somebody would have like a sandwich in there. Dude, that bitch was mine. Some of you like, where did my sandwich go? Like, you fucking know who stole your sandwich, bitch. I'm the only kid in this motherfucker. Capital produces nothing without labor. Without labor, nothing gets done. Lou, dude, right? But my point is, so why are you even saying that? Yeah, that's fucking obvious. Why are you just saying obvious shit? Let's listen to Fred Hampton speak some more.
Even going on further into a communistic state. That's what we talking about. Those
You were the lunch thief.
We got to understand here
Bro, I was a horrible refrigerator thief, bro, and it didn't matter. It didn't matter if I was in at one job or if I was in a recording studio or where the fuck, dude. Food. I was a little food thief, bro. M&M's, fucking candy, ice cream, sandwiches, fucking sodas, whatever the fuck, dude. Something was there, bro. It was there for the taking. I ate me some fucking stolen foods, man. I ate me some stolen goods.
Educational program that you have to be able to figure out whether it will go on the right lines where the people will end up.
I literally, when I went to Full Sail, I literally went to the line where you come into a big auditorium twice, right? I went in, I exited, I came back in again, because every time you came in, they gave you a big fucking Toblerone. Is that what it's called? Toblerone? Triangular totem pole fucking chocolate bar. They're big. And I wanted 2 of them motherfuckers. So I went through the line twice, right? Got my second fucking candy bar. Went, sat down with my friends. And we were laughing and laughing and laughing. And my buddy that was sitting next to me, he had colored pencils with him. And he made a sign. And I still have that sign. And I'm thinking if I run downstairs real fast right now, I might be able to find it real quick. But I don't want to lose y'all. But I'll just tell you what the sign said. In all these colors, it was like all these different colors to make it like really bold. It said on just a regular typing piece of paper, right? It said, Ben Shader stole candy and did something else. I don't know what the other thing is. And he held that sign up behind us while we were sitting in this auditorium with like 1,000 people sitting behind us. And he held this sign up, and I didn't see it. And he held this sign up behind his head, and all the people could see the sign. It's like, Ben Shader stole candy. And he fucking, at the end of the speech, he's like, here, bro. And he gave me the piece of paper, and I was like, what's this? And he's like, I was holding it up behind my head during our presentation. I was like, you motherfucker, dude. And we were laughing, bro. We had so much fun, man. But yeah, there's an incident. I literally stole candy, bro. That's a fucking candy thief. I faked my entrance so I could get more fucking candy, dude.
Up in a situation
I got stories,
where they can be able to really control themselves.
I'm telling y'all.
With no education, the people that take this local foundation start stealing money because they won't be
go
really
down there and try to find the sign.
People saying anyway.
You know
what I'm saying? With no education, you have neo-colonialism instead of colonialism.
And you know what's really funny is all I can remember is it says Ben Shader stole candy and something else, and I can't remember what the other thing is. I have no idea. It's probably really embarrassing. That's probably why I blocked it out of my brain. But I just saw it the other day. I just saw that fucking sign, and I laughed. I was like, oh my God, I still got this fucking thing.
You got in Africa 9 like you got in Haiti. So what we're talking about is there has to be an educational program. That's very important. As a matter of fact, we so important with us that a person has to go through 6 weeks of our...
Hey, Sweet Lou, don't worry, man. Capitalism is going to die. But here's the thing. Those of us that are using capitalism to our advantages right now are getting ready for when it does die. The smart ones are. You know, I'm trying to make as much money in crypto as I can so I can afford as much off-grid type stuff as I can get. But first I need to amass that wealth in crypto. Then I'm going to take it and I'm going to buy myself my dream home. You know, solar, off-grid, river, fucking up on a goddamn mountain, waterfall. It's going to have everything I fucking want. And, try to get ready for the absolute collapse of capitalism. Capitalism's going to die. But, Sweet Lou, it's not going to die because you want it to. You know, I understand the movement. I totally do. But, dude, as inspiring as this guy was, if he couldn't do it, nobody's going to do it. This guy was amazing. Okay? And I'm going to tell you why. Okay? Capitalism is a snake that's eating its own tail. It will eventually kill itself. Okay? It's going to fucking die. And it is a huge consumer. But all it's doing is running y'all over while it's doing it. You know? So, what you guys... I hate to do this, but if I were you, this is what I would do. I would play ball. I'd get in on that fucking crypto and I would amass that wealth and I would go off grid. That's what I would do if I was y'all. Man, I understand that you want capitalism to die, and I understand that you want communism or socialism or anarchy or some other form of government to take over. Right. I know. Yes, Sweet Lou. Yes, capitalism is murdering the planet. I totally agree with you, bro. I totally agree with you, man. Understand that. You're right. Here, I'm going to move this over so everybody can see what you're saying. Thank you, Nick. Listen, you guys. I know that the leftist community and the Bitcoin community are at odds over capitalism. But you guys have every opportunity at your fingertips right now to take advantage of it while it's in its death throes, because it's gonna collapse, man. And bro, it's socialism, communism, that's not gonna take over. It's gonna go to straight fucking anarchy. There won't be another government. There's no time. And people are starting to realize that, man. Look out your fucking windows, guys. If you don't see climate changing yet, I promise you, you will very soon. And then it hits you. And once it starts affecting you personally, once you have to drive your car around a fucking tree that's on fire. I've had to do this. You realize it's here already, man. We're goddamn, this area hasn't burned for 100 years. These trees are 130 years old. They never burned. Why are they burning now? Just do this with me, guys, here every day a little bit. I promise you, it's going to make sense to you eventually. And then there's the light at the end of the tunnel, crypto. And you could start with $1. You could start with $1. You could start with $1, go to CoinCasso, learn how to make a little bit of flip, right? You don't have to flip a fucking house. You can flip a fucking buck. All right? Look into it. I can help you. I can guide you. Some people come in here and say, "Nay, you've made me money." Once you start making money, you can make more of it. And everybody knows that. And that's capitalism right now. Look, socialism isn't going to give you that off-grid home. Communism is not going to give you that off-grid home where you've got everything you need and can survive on your own. It's not. Now, communism in Russia, they did preach that every individual can take care of themselves. But we all know that's just not the case. Especially now that capitalism has poisoned us all with sugar. And, we've produced so many people who are just not able to take care of themselves anymore. So, get that money, folks. I'm not telling you I'm a fan of capitalism. I'm telling you that I'm riding that fucking wave just like I'm riding crypto. Why wouldn't I? Like Killer GB said. Nay, why aren't you looking into crypto yet? Are you looking at Bitcoin? It's $30,000. And I'm like, $30,000. I was like, that's not even real money. That shit gets hacked. He's like, a week later, Killer GB comes back in my live stream. He's like, dude, are you looking at crypto yet, Nay? Bitcoin's at $33,000. And I was like, it's like $33,000, really? You just said it was at $30,000. You guys can go back and find this. And I'm like, really? It went up $33,000? I'm like, I'm like, good for y'all. I was like, that ain't for me. I'm like, I got my money in land. I'm not going to do fucking crypto. I know what I'm doing. I'm like, I don't need that shit. So, 2 weeks later after that, maybe 3 weeks or a month, he comes back in the chat and he's like, yo, Nate, you looked at Bitcoin, dude? It's at like $47,000. And I was like, yeah, dude, I'm totally looking at crypto, man. I'm going to get into this shit. It took me a while. But then I realized what it was doing. And it only took somebody to tune into me, Killer GB, a few times so that I could hear that, the monitoring of it going on. It was going up, it was going up, it was going up. And then I saw, before that third encounter, the thing that really made me go, oh, dude, I got to get into this. It was this fucking, Last Week Tonight with John Oliver about crypto. It's fantastic. It changed my life. It had that Hodl Gang dude on it. It had the kid from Florida that's sitting in the swamp. He just made $1 million on Bitcoin. And he was wearing like ripped jeans and shit. And I was like, that could be me. I'm like, why aren't I doing this? I was like, all right, fine. I'm going to fucking do this shit. Right? Learn by example. And you see somebody who's, you might judge them if you pass them on the street. I would. If I saw that dude, heard him speaking, went by him on the street, I'd fucking make a goddamn assumption about him. Why? Because I'm a fucking piece of human garbage. That's why. But I listened to him speak. And he did nothing but make sense. He said, look, man, I just had a little bit of money. I just good old Florida boy, man. People I grew up with. He's like, I just grew up, man. I didn't know what I was doing, man. I saw this Bitcoin thing. He said it sounded good to me, man. He said I took all my money, I put it all into that. He's like, and now I got $1 million. He's like, and now I'm gonna buy me a Lamborghini or some shit like that. And I was like, or he you know, I can't remember. I have to go back and watch the whole fucking thing again because I can't remember the whole thing. It made such a fucking impact on me. And I was like, I'm totally gonna do this. I'm gonna look into it. At that point, I'm only gonna do who is it? He's called the Bitcoin Millionaire, bro. Young guy from Florida. Look, I'll find him for you right now. Watch. This is Google. Bitcoin Millionaire from Florida. There he is. Cape Coral man becomes I fucking found it. I'm so good, man. I'm so fucking good. Watch this shit, guys. This is the guy.
It's a new online currency that's not just tied to any bank or national treasury, though. And that means there are no transaction fees. They're stored online.
Let's do bong rip.
To pay other people.
It's 420 in Newfoundland. No longer going to cannabis.
Currencies, just like
Cannabis
Bitcoin, too. And this
for all.
chart is
Cheers,
showing
everybody.
their current values. As you can see, Bitcoin dropping in value right now. But some people are still making money off this concept tonight. And a lot of you have been asking about it. So now you're going to hear from a Southwest Florida man who claims he went from rags to riches, and he's telling Four in Your Corner how he went from being broke to being a young millionaire, and he claims that he did it all by investing in Bitcoin. Four in Your Corner's Tony Sadiku sharing his story and what experts are saying you need to keep in mind so you don't waste your money.
Dylan Fine is living the dream.
That's him.
4 years old. I'm able to literally travel, do what I want to do.
But he tells me not after first living a nightmare.
I was homeless out of my car.
A recent college graduate, Fine says he was broke as ever. His car was a clunker.
I had that Mitsubishi Eclipse. My windows didn't work. My AC didn't work, right?
Dude, I should have said it. I was going to say, I think he's driving a Mustang GT. There it was.
I had to open my doors just to get food at the drive-thru.
And $33,000 in debt. But he says everything changed when he met a friend who introduced him to Bitcoin 2 years ago.
I would sit here and I literally watch him play on his phone. An hour and a half would go by, he made $200. 4 hours go by, he made $700.
$700 of real money.
I was like, wow.
Before long, Fine says he sold his Xbox and other belongings to invest his first $350 in the coin. Fast forward 3 months.
$350. Garbage truck picks up 50 pounds of scrap metal, glass, and plastic per household, and each truck hits up to 850 homes per day. That's 42,000 pounds at 50 cents per pound of scrap metal. That's an extra $21,000 a day each truck brings home. Wow. Hey, Billy, maybe that's why those garbage truck guys make so much money. I heard that is like a very high-paying job, picking up garbage. Scrap metal. They don't. It's not recycling, man. It's the fucking scrap metal.
I turned $350 into $12,000.
He says that $12,000 turned to six figures in a year. He became a millionaire at 24, all by investing in Bitcoin.
I can literally put in a trade, wait a few hours, let the exchange rate fluctuate, and I'm actually able to profit from the world's largest financial market in the world.
Bitcoin is a form of cryptocurrency or online currency. There's hundreds of them out.
I mean, you could just, instead of talking about garbage men, you could talk about someone that's landscaping, or someone that trims hedges, or someone that picks up trash on the side of the road. You know, not someone that's picking up garbage where they're making money. Someone's picking up trash on the side of the road. Perfect example. They're just filling up bags of paper and shit. That shit's not making anybody any money. It's just going right to the dump, right?
There. It's not regulated. There's no banks involved. That's why people can invest, trade, and cash in all from their smartphone.
But can anyone make this much money just by playing on their phone? I asked Bitcoiners of Southwest Florida founder Rob Johnson.
You absolutely can make a lot of money. You can absolutely do it.
But it's no guarantee. Johnson says the market is volatile, and with numbers today showing a 12% dip in Bitcoin, the club's education director, Clifford Mitchum, says the most important rule when it comes to investing in Bitcoin or anything else is
Don't use money that you need. Case in point, people, if they use their rent money and all of a sudden crypto goes down and they go to take it out, they're taking it out at a loss. But past performance is no guarantee of future performance.
Gotta pay attention to the last part, and they also recommend you check with a
Gotta pay attention to that last part. Don't do it. Don't do it, folks. I know better than all those people. Gotta listen to the end. Yeah, it's too risky. Don't spend your money. I'm an idiot. God, I hate people like that. Fuck you, dude. Get the fuck off my screen, you fucking piece of shit. Hate motherfuckers like that. God damn it. Refresh. Damn it. Refresh. Damn it. What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? Everybody left my show. Why did you leave my show? Was it because I said a bad word? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'll keep it down. I'll keep it down. I'll keep it down. I'll keep it down. I'm drinking coffee. What do you want? I'm drinking coffee. I'm smoking a little. Hey, I'm smoking a little. You know, no cannabis. You know, I like to drink a little coffee sometimes in the morning. You know, drinking a little bit. And, you know, I like to fucking drink some of this fucking goddamn bong water sometimes. It really wakes me up. I'm just fucking kidding you. I don't drink fucking bong water. So that was Killer GB? No, it wasn't Killer GB. That's the dude that was featured on Last Week Tonight with John Oliver on HBO. Killer GB is a dude that comes into our chat, right? Before I ever saw that guy, Killer GB was coming in and telling me, dude, check out Bitcoin. A few times. I remember he came in a few times. He's like, you should check out Bitcoin. We talked about the price. He's like, you know where it's at? I was like, no. He's like, it's at 30,000, dude. It's going up, bro. It's going to go up fast. I was like, all right. He tried to get me in on it, you know? And, then I saw that kid that you just saw. Right. I saw that kid, the Bitcoin millionaire, on an HBO special with John Oliver called Last Week Tonight. Dude, and that thing is great. That is a great episode. It's like 30 minutes long, guys. It's great. Check it out. It's about crypto and Bitcoin. You know? It's fucking great. Last Week Tonight with John Oliver. And that kid is on it. And Hodl Gang dude is on it too. Hodl Gang. Hodl Gang. Hodl. We should watch that. We should watch the Hodl Gang video, guys, because that got me too. Here, check this out. Hodl Gang video. Hodl Gang music video. I think at first it goes Hodel, and then it immediately changes it to Hodl, Hodl. I love it. All right, you guys, let's listen to some of this. This inspires me. This shit right here fucking inspires me.
Bitcoin and things like it is the equivalent of the red pill. technology, it's a human language, and I can build an app on it.
Is Bitcoin the currency of the future?
Crypto gang, the game, big gang, alt game, light game, cash game, blockchain, whoa. I don't really ever buy stocks, man. Haters wanna say I'm in a bubble, man. Oh, chew 'em up like bubble gum. Just made a meal with my pocket change. Wreck about to go and join the huddle gang. Huddle gang, huddle gang, huddle gang.
I'm smoking this shit.
The game, big game, alt game, light game, cash game, blockchain, whoa. I don't really ever buy stocks, man. Haters wanna say I'm in a bubble, man. Chew 'em up like bubble gum. Just made a meal with my pocket change. Wreck about to go and join the huddle gang. Huddle gang, huddle gang, huddle gang. Ethereum pays for my rent. Bitcoin pays for the vent. Litecoin pays for the jet. Bitcoin cash for the rest. Spent 30 racks on an ICO. What coin did you buy? I forgot, yo. Just got started last night, bro.
Dude, why are you putting my song down? It's not a yucky song. It's a fucking work of art, bro. From an artiste? From a fellow artiste. I'm shocked. Billy, I'm shocked. In my city, when sanitation workers were paid $27 an hour in the 90s, since then the city contracted garbage pickup to a private for those say now make $16 an hour. Like I said, maybe garbage men was a bad fucking pick for me to use as an example for not being taken advantage of by capitalism. But there's plenty of other examples, you know? You got goofed up. You know, anytime it's a service thing, people are making money off of a service, you know, and that's something you can do yourself, like wash your car. You know, what's the value of going and washing somebody's car? Well, maybe your grandfather's only willing to give you $5, man, you know? My friend's dad was Larry Flynt's security chief. He lost an arm in the shooting. He also spoke like you just did. Very low, and his lips didn't move. Later, I found out he speaks like that to subvert surveillance equipment. How was I speaking? Very low. Oh, like this. Oh, like when I talk like this, and his lips don't move. No, I don't. I fucking talk like this. I'm subverting the fucking the surveillance equipment. This is how I used to talk like this. This is Joey frickin' Coco Diaz. We're fucking drinking some coffee. Yay. We're fucking drinking some coffee. We're gonna maybe do a smoke, yeah. We're fucking watching Maze Garden, yeah, he's fucking great. You ever seen this kid? Fucking love him. Fucking love this kid. Okay. Hodl gang. Right there. Recommend you check out the podcast. Can we watch the rest of my video? Dude, I love this is my song.
I'm already up like a pipe stove. Flipping a coin, making it grow, taking it slow, letting it go. Cash flow's growing, it's incredible to watch it flow. Stacking the cash, taking it home, making it fast. I'm on a roll, little bit mo's all I ask for the
Top of the hour, cheers.
A new type of currency, burning the dollar down like an emergency, urgently. Listen, my friends have been urging me, coins have been surging, we earn it like surgency. We on a mission, man, crypto maniac. Act like you don't really know about it. Stop that. Bitcoin blowing up like a bomb. Step back, used to be a couple $100, should've copped that. Blew up on a scene from the mind of a brainiac. Back in 2009, where the miners at? Silk Road, baby, it's gotta be anonymous. Satoshi blew up, now we on the map. You crypto gang, the game, big gang, alt game, light game, cash game, blockchain. Whoa, I don't really ever buy stocks, man. Haters wanna say I'm in a bubble, man. Chew 'em up like bubble gum. Just made a meal with my pocket change. Wreck about to go and join the huddle gang. Huddle gang, huddle gang, huddle gang. Everybody looking at me now and they're shocked now cause the price going down. Meanwhile, I'ma cop more at a discount with a smile cause I'm making money on the altcoins right now. I'ma double down like animal style sub now. People in the crowd, they watching me bubble up now. Open up a brand new Coinbase account and I'm buying everything from Ripple to Litecoin now. Pull out my principal, keep it real simple, then play with the house.
Really, Billy? How is he trying to hide call logs? What is he contacting? Is he using a lawyer to do that? He's got a lawyer doing that shit, right? He's got a lawyer doing that shit, right? Trying to hide call logs. They're like doing like a gag, or they asking for like a gag order on Trump's call logs. Is that what they would call that? They're asking a judge I'm just totally getting dude, all I see is what you just said. I'm just sitting here trying to fucking piece it all together. Much love for Cat. Lou, I'm a big fan of yours, brother. Thanks for getting into that conversation with me about capitalism, bro. I appreciate everything you said. I agreed with a lot of what you said, and that's what's important about this, man, you know, because I want people to make a lot of money off of capitalism before you know, I know you want to go out in the streets and march and bring it down, but before you do that, suck the fucking tit of that motherfucker for all you can. Seriously. Get it all, and then go out in the streets and bring it down. But make sure you've got you taken care of first. And you can do it really quick, man. You can be this kid, you can be this guy. It doesn't fucking matter, man. I've made tens of thousands of dollars with this fucking thing, man, and you guys can too. And if you go to CoinCasso, you can learn how to just start with $1. You know, and you can learn how to fucking do those trades, man.
Investing in crypto, I'm chasing these coins like they cheese to a mouse. I'm on the verge of a digital currency, merging technologies. This is the future, so obviously I'm all in. There's no bottom, we hodling now. Hodl gang, hodl gang, hodl gang, hodl gang, hodl gang, hodl gang, hodl gang.
I love it.
Throw your hands in the air, man. Woo! Down with the blockchain. I ain't got time for the haters, man. Nope. We about to grow to 1 million. Hodl gang, hodl gang, hodl gang. Tell me, are you down with the crypto?
Yes.
Hodl gang, hodl gang, hodl gang, hodl gang, hodl gang, hodl gang, hodl gang. Throw your hands in the air, man. If you get it down with the blockchain. I ain't got time for the haters, man. Nope. We about to grow to 1 million. Hodl gang, hodl gang, hodl gang. Tell me, are you down with the crypto?
It is the most powerful technology that the world has seen, I believe, since the invention of agriculture.
Bitcoin is exciting because it shows how cheap it can be. Bitcoin is better than currency.
As with most major technology shifts, let's think about what young people are doing. 32% of young people say they prefer Bitcoin to stocks. 42% of millennial males say they plan to purchase Bitcoin in the next 5 years. We're barely in the first inning right now.
Share this video. Share the video. I'll tweet that shit out right now. I'll tweet that shit out right now. Let's do it. Hold a gang, hold a gang, hold a gang. Just hit his top story. It says, call logs, speech drafts are among records Trump is trying to protect. Why? What's he hiding? What you gotta hide, man? It's fucking his supporters, man. They don't see this shit. You know? Okay, that was a great break from Fred Hampton.
Our political education before he can consider himself a member of the party, able to even run down ideology for the party. Why? Because if they don't have an education, then they're nowhere. You dig what I'm saying? They're nowhere because they don't even know why they're doing what they're doing. You might get people caught up in the emotionalist movement. You understand me? You might get them caught up in because they're poor and they want something. And then if they're not educated, they want more. And before you know it, they'll be capitalists. And before you know it, we'll have Negro imperialists.
Yeah, we see, brother. The reason we don't do a lot of talking because what you say is foregone conclusion with us.
Yeah, well, see, brother, the reason I do a lot of talking is because there's no foregone conclusion with me. Who are they programmed kids for? You got black Easter, you got black Christmas, you got black ground all day, you got black April Fool, 8 years for nobody but black businessmen. And I say that anybody that comes in the art community and says anything.
I think this might be it. This might be the scene where he's speaking. There's two guys that are out in the audience that are listening to him. Look at how focused they are on what he is saying. It's amazing. I don't know if this is the scene or not.
situation that does not meet the need of the masses, then I, Chairman President of the Black Panther Party, says that I catch that nigga by his collar neck and beat him to death with a Black Panther paper. We not doing
in that area where you have a high infant mortality rate, where you have lead poisoning, where you have inadequate medical service, we saw the basic need for free medical service, and we worked hard and worked over long periods of time in order to make that a reality. Now, up to this day in the black community, you have doctors there who are more concerned with private wealth rather than public health. The concept behind the medical center is that we would take the profit out of the medical profession. Our medical center is a direct result of the basic need in the black community for free medical service.
You had this done about 3 days ago? This is not the burned hand. This is another one. Oh, okay.
Does it feel painful? No, it's not. Like it's infected or anything?
It's good. We got doctors every day this week. Next week we got... No, we need one for next Thursday.
Come to the clinic tomorrow for an appointment.
What are the chances of getting an ambulance? If we can buy an ambulance, that's the best chance. What about the idea is all right, but the idea is all right, but we just have to have money to get an ambulance. Well, how much, can we use ambulance?
Yes. I'll tell you, I'm going to bring a couple of pharmacists from the hospital where I am. They want to come out and see it, and they're interested in working,
We can have patients come through, see a doctor. After they get through, get a test, what have you. Then they comes in and see the people's advocate. That's a community person or person in the party who acts like a liaison between the center here itself and the community. He asks them what type of service they thought they got here in the center, any other criticisms of the medical center itself. It's also to deal with problems outside medical problems, People's Advocate has a resource file. In this file we have teachers, sociologists, speech therapists, social workers. This is all part of the resource file.
Okay, but look at here. Look at here. You sit over here and talk about all that jail time he had behind his motherfucking back and say, I got the rap too. I think we missed up this and he got to say something. This is Bobby Rush, Deputy Minister of Defense for the state of Illinois. Bad motherfucker. You can tell the way that Chairman Bobby Seale feels the way about Hugh P. Newton. I feel the same way about Bobby Rush. We didn't start the Black Panther Party, but we do know this, that we are some bad motherfuckers. The Black Panther Party is going to remain in the state of Illinois. Sometimes we get to talking and I'll go to court, and then say, well, Fred, I come back and Rush said, Fred, we got to keep you on the streets. Then Rush will go to court, he'll come back and I say, Rush, we got to keep you on the streets. And after we just went back and forth, we decided that we like each other so well, goddammit, we both gonna stay on the motherfucking street. Ain't nobody going nowhere. They ain't taking us nowhere. We gonna stay right here with the people. We're going to have to move, and we got to move fast, we got to move hard, and we're going to have to move organized to be able to keep Bobby Rush on the street. We got our field secretary, Nate Daniels Jr. up against the wall. We got our Minister of Information, Chocolate, up against the wall. Everybody, we got Chairman Fred up against the wall. Everybody against the wall. Then you're talking about giving folks 20 years. Talking about giving me 20 years. Dig in? For ice cream truck robbery. That's right. $71 worth of ice cream. 710 ice cream bars. I might be big, but I can't eat 710 ice cream bars. But even though they tried to give me all that bad publicity, they still came out in the end showing the true nature of a panther. Because they said I went into the truck, beat up this pig that was in our community exploiting people, took the ice cream bars from it, handed them out to the kids.
Like Santa Claus. Dude, did you hear what he did? He went into an ice cream truck, he stole a case of ice cream bars, and he gave them out to the kids in the neighborhood. It makes me want to cry, dude. It's so
Even
beautiful.
though they made me a thief, they made me a Robin Hood type thief. Gang to the people. Here's a man that represents the people. Deputy Minister of Defense for the state of Illinois. Bad motherfucker. A brother of mine, the brother I've been working with a long time, going to continue to work with him. I'm going to eat with him, I'm going to sleep with him, I'm going to die with him. I'm going to live with him. I'm going to lead with him. Body rush. We're going to take the case to the people, and the people say that Fred is going to remain free, that Fred is innocent of anything against the people. He might be guilty of fucking over the power structure, but we can relate to that. All power to the people, and we're going to move on this power structure, and like Bobby said, we're going to say, get up against the wall, motherfucker, because it's a hold up, and we came to get what's ours. Thank you. Okay, now we're going to organize a movement so big to make sure that the leaders of the Black Panther Party in this state are not political prisoners and are not exiled or not killed, that movement is going to be so big that we might even have to go and get Huey P. Newton and let him carry a sign. We're going to have everybody involved. We're going to have everybody involved. And we're going to start a thing called Free Fred. Don't that sound nice? Hey, let's do that. Free Fred. Free Fred. Free Fred. Free Fred. Hey, I ain't even in jail yet.
So they hold a mock trial.
People of Illinois versus Fred Hampton, the Honorable Judge of Life Society.
The defense will call this first witness.
I'd like for you again to describe to me what happened, if anything, after you and Officer Duff had pulled onto the school ground.
Well, I identified you as the person who grabbed me by the throat and held me down in the ice cream stand.
We were walking, looking through the crowd, looking for the one who beat him up.
And what, if anything, did he say when he saw me? Or what, if anything, did you say to him? Who said something first?
He said, "That's him. I'll never forget his face. That's the one."
Okay, now when that police car pulled up, what, if anything, happened?
Well, one policeman was on the outside of the car, and one was on the inside of the car. Officer Dunn pointed to Fred and said, "That's the man that did it, isn't it?"
Mm-hmm.
And the ice cream man said, "Yes, I think so."
So, in other words, the officer pointed out he as being the person who had robbed this man, and in response to that, after that, the ice cream truck driver said, "I guess that's the man." What race were these police?
One was white and one was colored.
Well, Officer Dunn, do you know the defendant, Fred Hampton?
Yes, I know Fred Hampton.
Do you know basically what Fred Hampton stands for? Politically.
No, I don't.
Officer Dunn, do you know the situation that poor people, black people and white poor people and red people and brown people are in this country today?
Well, not completely.
But you do know that part that you do know, is that part include the fact that these people are being oppressed by some white people that like to oppress people to make profit? Do you know that?
Objection. Sustained.
Let me rephrase the question. Do you know that a whole lot of blood-sucking pigs are Do you know,
that was hilarious.
Do you think you're free, Officer Dunn?
Yes, I think I'm free.
No more questions, Officer Dunn. God help you. So we always say in the Black Panther Party that they can do anything they want to us. We might not be back. I might be in jail. I might be anywhere. But when I leave, you can remember I said with the last words on my lips that I am a revolutionary. And you're going to have to keep on saying that. You're going to have to say that I am a proletarian. I am the people. I'm not the pig. You've got to make a distinction. And the people are going to have to attack the pigs. The people are going to have to stand up against the pigs. That's what the Panthers are doing. That's what the Panthers are doing all over the world.
We have brought to trial here Fred Hampton. You are here to judge between two conflicting testimonies. Somebody is lying. Now, reason stands, and reason is very clear here, that Private Jones, who had come from Sanford, North Carolina, would have no great desire to see Fred Hampton up in this trial. But Fred Hampton, a key figure in this community, has great reason for not wanting to be put in jail.
But the state's attorney and the state's attorney's office has reasons to see Fred Hampton in jail. We've got a new state's attorney, you see. And he said already what he thought about people that had different political beliefs than he had. His speeches sound somewhat like those of Hitler. And we know why he wants to see Fred Hampton put in jail. Why do I have a lot of arrests? Because of harassment. Why is there harassment? Because the people that harassed me have set up a problem that made me disagree with them violently. And they set up this problem in order to exploit me and other people like me. And why they want to get rid of me? Because I'm saying something that might wake up some other exploited people and some other oppressed people. And if
Can you believe they fucking murdered him in his bed? This man that you can't stop listening to, and everything he says makes fucking sense. And he was so great. And they just couldn't handle it. They couldn't handle how great he was.
all these people ever get together, then these pigs that are exploiting us, we'll be able to run them into the lake. That's why they want to get rid of us. And it's just, it's sort of like a primary thing with me. I'm the first move that they'll make. I'm a part of the organization. It'll be the first organization they'll move on because I happen to be a part of the organization, the Black Panther Party. That is the only organization, in fact, that has came out and stood up loud and clear and said that we don't care what anybody says, whether they have guns or not and badges or 18 uniforms. If whenever they step outside the bounds of legality into the bounds of illegality, then we'll blow their brains out if they're bothering the people. And what makes them mad about that? They're constantly bothering the people. Anybody that's out there for the protection of the people happens to be in direct conflict with them. What makes them mad about it? What makes them mad about it is that they have black people and white poor people and red poor people and Puerto Rican poor people,
right,
and
Billy?
Latin American Puerto Rican people, of poor people of all descents. They had them caught up in movements based on racism when the Black Panther Party stood up and said that we don't care what anybody says. We don't think you fight fire with fire best, we think you fight fire with water best. We're going to fight racism, not racism, but we're going to fight it with solidarity. We said we're not going to fight capitalism with black capitalism, but we're going to fight it with socialism. We stood up and said we're not going to fight reactionary pigs and reactionary state's attorneys like this and reactionary state's attorneys like Hanrahan with any other reactions on our part. We're going to fight their reactions where all of us people are getting together and have an international proletarian revolution. Right on. Right. And that's saying all power to the people. Right. That's saying that no matter what color you are, there's only two classes. And that's saying there's a class over here and there's a class over there. And the reason that this class over here has never did anything to get this class off its back because this is lower, this is upper. This is the oppressed, this is the oppressor. This is the exploited, this is the exploiter. And these people in this class have divided themselves. They say, I'm black, and I hate white people. I'm white, and I hate black people. I'm Latin American, and I hate hillbillies. I'm hillbilly, I hate Indians. So we fight amongst each other. And you heard the testimony of pigs here, and you got pigs of all colors. You know that. You got pigs that are white, you got pigs that are black. You even got pigs that are black and white. Propagating the same type of madness that this buffoon Henry had would be propagating if he were here himself. And why? Because they want to keep you to believing that I'm your enemy, and that everybody else that's black and that wears a lot of hair on his head and hair on his face, they want to keep you thinking that he's your enemy. Why? Because if ever you would disregard him and overlook him just for a minute and throw away that question of racism and start to dealing with a little logic, then there would be no one else you could attack other than Henry, other than Dave, and other than Tricky Dicky Nixon. If you make the right decision, then the press people of the world will get complete satisfaction. I know you return a verdict of not guilty. Thank you.
Today is May 1st. UEP Newton trial is up for appeal today. Our chairman, Fred Hampton, has not arrived yet. The pigs are trying to incarcerate him. These are some of the things we have to deal with. Somebody somewhere knows what happened to Fred this afternoon. So pigs, you motherfucking pigs, get off your dead asses, FBI and J. Who Edgar. Get it? And find Fred before 7 o'clock. You find Fred, motherfucker. And if anybody's out there with him, that's harming him, or that's kidnapping him, and he happens to be a pig, well then we just don't discriminate by whose ass we gonna beat. So y'all go home now and breathe some pieces. Set them sights and whatnot. Raise some windows. And if we can't find Fred, we're gonna give y'all a call. I know somebody's gonna construe this to mean that we advocate people to go out and ride. You know? I told y'all before, the riding just ain't no hip thing. So we want everybody, when you leave here, we gotta leave here at 2 o'clock, I think. Hey, pig back there, do we have to leave here at 2?
Ask him again.
Hey, pig in the back. Why don't you call that cheap pig, the old, decrepit motherfucker, and ask him if we stay a little while longer.
Marxism consists of thousands of truths, but they all boil out to one sentence. Right into rebel. You dig it?
Panther headquarters. A police raid is expected.
We're praying that Hannigan leads the charge. Praying he leads the charge. I said that pig was taken out tonight. I said it.
Dude, all these guys holding these guns, having no idea what the fuck they're doing, have their fingers on the triggers of loaded weapons, I'm sure. Do you guys see this? All pointing guns at each other and shit. They have no idea what they're doing with these fucking firearms. Oh my god, they needed firearms training. Oh my god. It's a miracle none of them accidentally killed each other or themselves, man, the way they were holding those guns. Do you see that guy? He had a 38, he had his finger on the trigger the whole time.
We go out there, let's go out there. Yeah, they be here. We don't know what time they be here, but we think they'll be here.
Your brother's on top of like your house. What's that?
All I know is we got his head. Look at that. That's right there.
What type of blood you have?
Be positive. Make sure you don't get no pig blood. Huh?
What type of blood?
Red,
All those posts by window, if
Adam Bar,
Dude, did he just look straight down the barrel of a gun? I mean, I swear that is what I just saw. But wow, man.
tear gas and phone. Here's your water and your mask. Keep this on you all the time.
How to make Molotov cocktails.
You know, I know a lot of people, you know, hear things like this and see things like this, couldn't understand the motive behind it. Some of us young people, you know what I mean, I know a lot of people couldn't understand. Me myself, you know, I was born in a so-called bourgeois community and had some of the better things you could see in life. And I found that even some of the better things in life for black people wasn't too cool. And I found there was more people starving than there was people eating. And I found that more people didn't have.
Dude, do you see the way he was pointing a gun at that poster on the wall? No idea what's on the other side of that wall, but guarantee you there could have been people on the other side of it or outside. You just don't handle weapons like this, guys. Yeah. There were a few states. I mean, Louise of G's.
Have clothes and they did have clothes, and I found I just happened to be one of the few. And I made a commitment to myself that I wouldn't stop doing what I'm doing until all those people are free. A lot of times I wanted for it to be possible for people to be free under capitalism. I wanted it for socialism to be able to be brought about through means other than violent means. But those were times when I was trying to be subjective. I was looking at things and trying to make them the way I wanted to make them be. Because I didn't mind dying, but I just thought, well, everybody shouldn't have to die. What we're saying is that we're more than people that are for armed struggle. We're people that are for armed struggle for the purpose of bringing on the people's revolution, for the purpose of setting up initially a socialistic state, and for the purpose, secondarily, of advancing into what you could call utopia, or what we could call communist states. We're saying that by observation and participation, by educating and by arming and by teaching the people revolutionary political power, we think that we as the vanguard can move those people that need to be moved that way. We can let those people ride our backs down the path of social revolution. And on and on and on, and finally, like we said, utopianism, or what you call communism. We're very confident that nobody's coming to the front door. Nobody. No gas.
Nobody's coming to the front door.
Nobody gets on the roof believing.
Oh, the brothers with them guns, bro. I don't think so. Holy shit.
The doctor's going to be covering me while I'm loading up.
Hey, Gussie.
Now, see, in all the given situations, like when you're trying to fight the enemy, see, because when you got ice on them, and you got firepower too, you want the back.
What do you say? Look here. What do you see about this building? Right over here on West, around the corner, West. Think about 10, 12 stories.
It's high in the middle. Yeah. Now, see, the only way we can get him is out shoot him or give him more firepower. See, we can keep him pinned down. He can't get up to shoot if there's too many bullets coming at him. So the only way that we can get him to out shoot him, put too much firepower on the way, he can't hold up.
Therefore, what you're saying, we got to eliminate, destroy that process out of our mind by firing from the bounces like that.
No. You just that and a whole lot of semi-automatic and automatic action on him over there, and he ain't got no time to sight nobody.
That's right.
Keep it down.
You know, you might see sound reaction there on my part, man, but I just wish they would come tonight. Yeah, well, I want them to come.
I wish they would. I said the people. Why don't you get a military viewpoint of how much chance they got to come up here?
No, it's impossible. That's right.
What is it?
So for those of you who don't know what's going on right now, it's pretty tense. These guys are all at the Black Panthers office, their main office where they have their meetings at, right? And there's talk that the police are coming to raid them. So, hey, Gento, what's up? So they have armed themselves, and they're ready for this raid. And they're just standing around talking so casually. Do you get this vibe? They're just like, yeah, you know, they show up, you know, we're gonna do what we gotta do. We're gonna fucking figure out what we gotta do. We're gonna fucking kill these motherfuckers. But for right now, they're just so chill, man. I love this vibe, and listen to them speaking.
There's a difference between 20 million niggas and 20 million niggas armed.
This is impossible, man. I ain't bullshit. I ain't know. And I didn't realize it, man.
Double 07.
Yeah, Jack, but
See, we put Rush out there and you, and he won't even be able to get up. 2 ain't.
hey, we aren't asking for no water. No, but I, you know, the way I see it, yeah, but the way I see it, let's see, try to take this here off. I think the people had the first people's victory. What was that? Wait a minute, you can't.
We're drawing the line right here. Pigs will come no further. They are not going to make us retreat. We're going to have somewhere, no matter how far we run, no matter how long we have to run, that when we reach that point, we're going to be able to stop and say, in the voice that Hillary say it is, that, motherfucker, you went too far, you did? Because I got my gun, motherfucker, and you got yours. And if you try to shoot me with your gun, motherfucker, if you try to take my gun, then I ain't taking
right.
Motherfucking brains out.
Exactly. And you know what? That's the fucking point, isn't it? To every fucking shit lib fucking Biden Harris supporter out there. Look, you never know when you're going to have to fight authority. Don't take your own resource away. And I saw it yesterday. You know, somebody put a post up on Twitter because, you know, somebody got killed and there was a gun and they wanted to get rid of guns. And I'm like, don't be stupid. You know? These guys needed guns and luckily they had access to them. You know? Ash is not worth keeping around at all, bro. But yeah, you could throw it, you know, you could throw it into it's not biochar, bro. You want wood ash, cardboard ash even, but not cannabis ash, you know, it's not going to hurt anything, that's for goddamn sure. It's not going to hurt anything. You could always use it. But I throw that shit in the garbage, bro. Don't save ash. It's dirty.
We have, Your Honor.
What is your verdict?
We, the jury, find the defendant, Fred Hampton, not guilty.
A chapter, like Panther Party, 2350 West Madison, Chicago, Illinois. Press release, May 27, 1969. Pig power structure and their lackeys, and another attempt of pig repression have sentenced Deputy Chairman Fred Hampton to 2 to 5 years in prison.
While Chairman Fred is in prison, the police attack Panther headquarters. There are 3 Panthers in the office, 5 policemen are shot. The 3 Panthers are beaten when they run out of ammunition.
The revolution.
You can look at the women, man. Was there a fire in the, they set a fire after they got the pig set a fire. They can't help you? They did it. After they got the brothers down, they went back up there and the fire started.
Nobody was up there except the police when the fire started.
Frank, you want to come get a picture of that dude? Check that door, man. He's back and back shotgun. About that referred to woman's story. Cook said some of the tactics have been used to raid on council offices in other cities recently. The council, Cook said, has strict standard orders not to fire, but return any fire directed at them. Injured man, identified as Larry White, right on. An attendant at Cook County Hospital said they had head wounds and undetermined gravity. It was believed the man may have been injured while scuffling with police seeking to take him in custody. Right here, Pete. He ran. He jumped from the roof. Right here, Pete.
We're here. We ain't going nowhere. We say to Pig, Daddy, Hammerhead, Hannaran, Pig Connors, and the rest. No more brothers will be taken from us without cause. Cameron Fred is gone from the streets where his heart and his people are, but not for long. For the people's love for Fred.
It's all on film, man. Super 8 film. Probably not even Super 8. 8mm.
Community were all out there. They were in the uproar. They couldn't dig it because they know we are the People's Party. We are working in the interest of the people. You dig it? I'd like to talk about what we're doing because we're in the Black Panther Party. Yeah, we are. We are our propaganda unit. But we spend most of our time working with these programs and helping the people, serving the people. Huey P. Newton, our Minister of Defense, says that the Black Panther Party is an organization like Action to be ridden by the people down the path of social revolution. You dig it? That's what it's all about. They jumped on our office because of these programs. And we putting these programs out for the people. Dig it? That's what they're for. The programs are the answer to the basic needs and desires of the people, to let the people know that the Black Panther Party is concerned about the basic needs and desires of the people. They educate the people to the fundamentals of socialism and heighten the contradiction. That's what it's all about. And they're going to attack us because we ain't talking about the Black Panther Party that's going to overthrow this government. We said we're going to heighten the contradiction so the people can see that injustices that go on and the people can decide whether the government needs changing or not.
Wow. Revolution come. Don't need no ticket. Just load it down. All we need is love me and love for the people. You don't need no ticket. Just load it down. I believe. Pray, we must all be free.
Learned a lot when I was in prison. I had an educational process, a learning process. Sometimes I started thinking about some of the actions going to be taken against me and other members of the party, and I said, I don't know why I'm not scared. You know what I define as being? I define as being a people high. I define as being high off the people. You high? I'm high. You understand what I'm saying? I'm high off the people.
had to get on my knees and learn from the people. I had to put my ear to the ground. And when I put my ear to the ground, I heard the beat. Hear that beat. Feel all right about the beat? Give me a beat now. Come on now. Ain't you high? Ain't you high? Ain't you high? I'm high. I'm talking about the people can't be stopped by anybody. We're talking about we're going to make some changes in this system. We know they have our pictures, we know they're looking for us, we know they want us, but we're still saying that even though we could be in a sense, as far as this system goes, on the mountaintop, we in the Black Panther Party, because of our dedication and understanding what's in the valley, knowing that the people in the valley, knowing that we originally came from the valley, knowing that our flag is the same flag as the people in the valley, knowing that our enemy is on the mountaintop, our friends are in the valley, we say even though it's nice to be on the mountaintop, we're going back. I be in offices every day. I be in the streets propagandizing every day. I be working with everybody every day. I be teaching that solidarity is the thing. The end of a complete wipeout of imperialism is the thing. So if you're going to be thinking about me, that's what Bobby would be teaching. If you're going to be thinking about us, all we say is ain't no thing about going nowhere, getting killed. All we want to know is that you're doing what we'd be doing if we were here. And you got to do that. You can't do it unless you believe that you can do it. In the spirit of liberation, we understand that they want everybody in the party in jail. And we know that if we try to figure out and separate and divide who should go and who shouldn't go, we spend more time doing that than working for the people. So the quick solution, the speedy one, nobody go. Nobody go. We all stay right here. With the people. Because we love the people. Okay, you put your hands down now. We say all power to all people. We say white power to white people. Brown power to brown people. Yellow power to yellow people. Black power to black people. X power for those that we left out.
Hey, Nikolai.
We say Panther power to Vanguard Party. When you leave here, you'll say the last word before you go to bed tonight, say I am a revolutionary. Make that the last word. In case you don't wake up, then somebody might believe it and you might, end up in what they call a revolutionary happy hunting ground. Say that. I am a revolutionary.
Alright, and that's his fucking bed, man. That's where they fucking killed him. So, I'm gonna keep watching that. You guys are more than welcome to watch that. It's called The Murder of Fred Hampton, 1971. Black Panther Party, Black Lives Matter, COINTELPRO. That's the name of the video. It's on YouTube. It's available to watch. We got 51 minutes and 30 seconds into it. Love you guys. I hope you had fun. And I hope you guys learned something. And remember, when you see that name, Fred Hampton, now you've heard him speak. Now you understand he made complete sense, and that the federal government of the United States has always been evil and murdered people that they disagreed with. And that's what they did to him. They'll do it to you too. So listen to each other. Listen to what everyone's saying, guys. All right? It's very important. Y'all take care. Enjoy your days. I'll see you this afternoon around 1 o'clock or so. No. Maybe around 3 o'clock. We'll do the 420 show. We'll start at 3, something like that. That sounds good. I'll see you guys around 3. You guys take care. Love y'all. Bye-bye.